Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our coverage of the CRL World Championship. I got my co-host Tyler with me. Tyler, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing amazing. I'm excited to get this going. We have a great tournament, great championship Sunday here at our plate, and I'm ready to eat.
Ooh, you could not have said it any better. I would like to go ahead and take a moment and thank all of the participating colleges who made it this far into the season because we know those fall openers, those spring openers, and any kind of those third party Rocket League tournaments that we host and cast over are really fundamental in making this happen. So, I'd like to thank everybody for that. Tyler, I will say, before we start this game, there is a lot of money riding on this prize pool.
Yeah, handsome amount of money to say the least. I mean, if I had this much money in college, I don't know what I would have done with it. I guess I still am in college, but it seems though I've matured a lot more in the 4 years that I've been in college. If I'd got this money 4 years ago, who knows where I would have been. But just a great prize pool for this tournament and for the winners. It's just gonna be a great experience for everyone all around.
Yeah, because first place is walking away with 20,000, and second place is going away with just 5,000 less of that. So if you make it to that grand champs position, man, I will say you're walking away with a hefty sum of cash in your pocket per player, and towards really good organizations like these esports teams. So I think we gotta go ahead and talk about a little bit of the narrative going forward, right? Northwood's coming into this 2-0 from the group stages, and they're looking real good compared to UNLV. They had to come in 2-1 and just came off of a nail biting deciding match in their group stage. In order to push them into 2-1, they had a deciding match since the group stages are formatted the way they are. So, Tyler, can you tell me a little bit about what like UNLV might need to do in order to stop the aggression that comes from Northwood potentially in the series?
Yeah, so they have a couple of options here. They either can choose to try and match that aggression that's coming from Northwood, attacking with their own kind of play style, or they can try and choose for a more efficient and thought out plan where they kind of pick their spots, take their chances where they can get them, try and counterattack where opportunities become available. But I think they do need to try and be a little bit more aggressive against this Northwood team, who, like you said, is just absolutely rolling right now.
Yeah, on a roll they are, and on the wheels of victory that Northwood is looking to accomplish. We'll have to see if UNLV can step in and stop it, but we are going to go ahead and head right in to game one of this best of five. All this bracket play coming in is going to be best of fives all the way leading up to that grand champ with a potential for a bracket reset in the very end. Uh, and it is going to be Northwood who go ahead and wins us this kickoff. I'm excited to see Lion Blaze play, Tyler. I've seen Lion Blaze in person, with us being from Atlanta and having Ghost represent some of the Atlanta folk. Just a really nice guy overall.
Yeah, great guy, great player equally. Definitely one of the most exciting players to watch in this whole entire tournament. So I'm really excited to see what he's got in store today.
Yeah, for our folks at home, we got to remember that Lion Blaze is coming into this from the Pro League as well. Like I said, working for Ghost Gaming, and he is playing in the CRL for Northwood, doing a really good job of getting some touches on, and gets a final touch on the first goal for Northwood. Buddy doing a really good job of knocking this ball off the wall and just putting it right over Nitrous, and Lion Blaze doing a perfect finish right into that corner.
Yeah, usually the announcers have a little bit of a jinx, but I think we were a little bit of good luck for him right there.
Ooh, man. You should call me Jinx from Arcane, man, because I just definitely jinxed Northwood into a good scenario, which, like you said, I don't know how that would work out in reality.
I guess a good jinx can exist.
3:40 left on the clock here in game one. Northwood doing a really good job of pressuring up this UNLV defense, and is going to be Nitrous up in the air trying to get a trying to get a flip reset onto the ball, but it is going to fall just short of it. Lion Blaze doing a really good job of passing this over into UNLV territory, with Nitrous rotating back into goal relatively quickly. I didn't even see him start rotating back, Tyler.
No, and he got there the split in a split second, and he saved that one at the last second. So there was no time to waste for him right there to make that insane save.
Yeah, and we are seeing a lot more shots coming off from UNLV going into this last 3 minutes. Tuv and Nitrous doing a really good job of rotating in for each other and playing this Northwood aggression just a little bit better than the start of this match and trying to rally behind. But it is going to be Hawk, who comes from downtown, passes this off of the likes of a UNLV member who got a little bit of a little trigger finger on the boost and couldn't quite pass it past Lion Blaze. Excuse my bad language right there. But Hawk doing a really good job of cleaning up the mess that Lion Blaze was able to cause.
Yeah, and you saw two people in there for UNLV, like you said, got a little trigger happy with the boost. I think that was tough. Garen was also there. Just his position was a little out of sorts, and Northwood's able to capitalize and get themselves a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, now I gotta ask, when it comes to UNLV and maybe what they might need to do in order to break out from this Northwood aggression, what do you think they could do going into these last 2 minutes in order to stop up the pressure?
Well, I'm liking what I'm seeing on offense from them. It's just hasn't created a lot of good scoring opportunities for them. I've liked what they've done on defense in terms of getting the ball away from their side of the field quickly and countering that into potential scoring opportunities. They just haven't gotten close enough. I think they need to keep up that aggression, and this sounds obvious, but get a goal on the board and put some pressure on Northwood.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it better, man. Tuv and Nitrous doing a really good job of trying to get the clears from their side of the field to keep that momentum on defense and push it into a really good offensive play and try and pressure this Northwood aggression. But it is going to be Northwood who takes this ball right back out of UNLV position and gets a shot on goal from Hawk. Nitrous doing a really good job, though, of keeping the ball up in the air and constantly rotating with it, getting multiple touches on the ball. I gotta say, Nitrous is looking real good for UNLV.
Nitrous is looking insanely good. As you're correct in that regard. I think Tuv has got to kind of match that energy that Nitrous is playing with, get himself a little bit amped up, and try and create something for his team, because it's going to take more than just one person for UNLV to try and get a great scoring opportunity.
Ah, man, I agree. Especially when it comes to how Tuv is looking up in the air, and when it comes to his corner passes right now, he's doing pretty good. A lot of shots on goal again coming from the members of Northwood. Buddy getting a nice shot on goal from the corner on Northwood's offense, but it is going to be just saved, and Northwood are keeping up that pressure and making it so internal and making it their mission in life to actually put the most pressure on UNLV that they've probably experienced within College Rocket League.
Yeah, an insane amount of pressure, and a lot of that stems from the boost that they're getting. I mean, it seems like they have full boost every throughout the game, like every second throughout the game, and it led to a pretty convincing game one win right there.
Yeah, only two goals up on the board right there into game one, but I would say that was not as bad of a game for UNLV. They got to read into like the coaching for Northwood, maybe get a little bit of an idea of what kind of tactics they might be cooking up.
Yeah, one thing I noticed from Northwood is, they don't stay too long on their side of the field, and they were able to maintain possession on that side, on their attacking side of the field for most of the game. But what I liked from them is whenever it looked like UNLV might have a counter-attacking opportunity, they drop back so fast using that boost. And what I like is that they don't drop back all the way into goal. They stay about three-fourths of the way, wait for the ball to come back to them, and then they clear it so that UNLV doesn't maintain possession for long on that side of the field. And it's just, a great strategy by them that even though UNLV did have a couple of opportunities for a counterattack, they didn't really get any scoring opportunities and they didn't possess the ball for that long. So it didn't lead to a lot of shots on goal for them.
Yeah, now if we go ahead and talk about positioning, right, we saw like two or three opportunities in that game one where Lion Blaze was actually just chilling in the middle plate, where the kickoff usually is, and just sitting there with no pressure coming towards him. Do you think UNLV should maybe take that time and rotate out of goal or like onto that defense back line and push into the middle and maybe keep up a little bit more middle control?
I think that's definitely one option. Obviously, as we see Lion Blaze scoring a goal right here, you're gonna have to do something a little different.
Yeah, we got to see if UNLV can kick up the pressure onto Northwood as they head into this game to see if they can shut down Northwood from getting that illustrious 3-0. And it is going to be the pass from Lion Blaze into Buddy, but it is going to be cleared away from Nitrous, and it is going to get cleared into the midfield. Again, there's that Northwood midfield control just coming to play. Buddy, unfortunately, unable to read this pass coming in from Hawk to his teammates, and it is going to be Hawk off the crossbar into Buddy, and Buddy just feeding it right underneath a member of UNLV.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Hawk an assist on that one. I do believe he was going for the pass and just a perfect pass placement right there. Got the defense to commit to what looked like it might be a shot, and Buddy is right there to clean it up with a nice tap in.
You know, I've always said this, and despite what my best interests might say, Hawk getting that assist off of the crossbar should give the crossbar the assist instead of the player. And I don't know why that doesn't show up in the feed at this point because the crossbar is just so useful for setting up any kind of shot opportunity for any team.
I kind of like that, but for every assist the crossbar has, it has at least two blocks or saves, you might say. So I believe the crossbar does more harm than good a lot of times.
Yeah, I'm in agreement there. It's a love hate relationship with it in both RLCS as well as CRL and real life soccer. 3 minutes into this game, it is going to be a 2-0 lead. Hawk doing a really good job of pushing this right down off the crossbar into UNLV territory, but he is going to get cleared away, and UNLV are going to start their push and start their aggression. It is going to be Hawk in who actually gets the clear for Northwood and passes this into Garen. Garen passing this right back into Buddy, and it is going to be Tuv who wins a 50-50 against Buddy, doing a really good job of maintaining his pressure. Nitrous pushing this right past two members of Northwood and putting UNLV on the board for the first time in this series and pushing this game into 2-1.
Yeah, we asked earlier for Tuff to give us some aggression on offense. Right there, he answered the bell and created a beautiful scoring opportunity with some, gorgeous dribbling right there.
Yeah, he was able to dribble it past two members, and one of them was not Lion Blaze, the other was Hawk, who has actually kept at this aggression and kept at this level of play going into this last 2.5 minutes. I am enjoying what I'm seeing from Tuv.
Tuff, great bounce back game two right here. UNLV hasn't played bad. They've been down in both games, haven't been able to get a lead. But I really liked what I've seen from them. They're a couple plays away from making this a game.
Yeah, but it is going to be Northwood who potentially shuts down your hopes and dreams with that comment. Buddy doing a really good job of passing this right over Nitrous, and it was actually a member of Northwood who knocked away Tuv in the goal to make sure that Tuv couldn't come out of goal and knock that ball right away.
Yeah, and that's just the IQ that you see from Northwood and the chemistry that they have with each other. It's just perfect place and perfect time.
Yeah, and I don't think enough players take this into advantage, whether it be in their own play or when it comes to any kind of high level play. Right? It's not whether you get demos or not. It's whether you are bumping into someone. Right? Creating that space, creating that level of playing circle for your side of the field in order to gain a little bit of ground, whether it be on that offense or that defense.
Yeah, it's not a flashy play. You're not going to get any stats for that, but it's a winning play. And I do believe the best teams, trying to utilize that to their advantage.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Northwood's doing. They're getting these bumps in the air, they're getting these bumps in the goal, and it's allowing UNLV to be forced into unpredictable circumstances. And that's one thing you don't want in Rocket League, right? Is you don't want something that you can't predict. You don't want a ball that's flying in the air that's not getting reflected to something you don't like. For instance, Tuv had a really good shot over to Garen, and Garen was able to capitalize on it, but he didn't read exactly where that ball was going to go, right? He knew it was going to fly potentially in the realm of the goal, but there was no other teammate ready for it because Northwood was doing a really good job of pressuring UNLV members by giving them just a little bit of love tappins.
That's a little bit of a love tap. And they're able to get a decent scoring opportunity right there. It's just Northwood is so fast. It seems that every time UNLV is right there knocking on the door, Northwood is, they're not answering the door. They're leaving them they're
They're,
leaving them on red.
they are just leaving them to continuously press the doorbell. And it is going to be Hawk who is going to finish up from Lion Blaze. Hawk doing a really good job of setting in goal, but Lion Blaze coming from the midfield and Hawk trying to actually steal his goal from him. The audacity of that man. And it is going to be Northwood who takes two games in this series, potentially pushing them into game 3 and getting that win.
Yeah, that one got away from UNLV at towards the end of the game. I do believe that they played better in that game, however, than they did in game one. It just wasn't a complete 5 minutes of good play from them. But I did like what I saw from the offense. Still only scoring one goal. Obviously, that they're not going to be happy with that. But there were some better opportunities created, and if this trend continues, you would think maybe in game three they'd be able to get a couple more goals in and put a little bit more pressure on Northwood.
Yeah, if we go ahead and look at the scoreboard right here, right, ball touches was pretty even across the board, whether it be from all three members of the team, and it was, I think, Tuv or Nitrous who had maybe just a little bit lacking numbers compared to his teammates, but across the Northwood side, the ball touches were actually pretty even, maybe separated at about 4 or 5, just showing that they are able to use those speed boosts and actually get into those spaces that we talked about earlier just a little bit quicker than their opponents.
Yeah, it does seem like they're a step ahead, just a little bit faster to the ball. But you gotta still continue to put the pressure on them and hope that they slip up or that your relentless attack is going to force errors for
Yeah.
Northwood.
And I will say, Northwood doing a really good job, unfortunately, in retaliation to your statement of using that space and using that really good kickoff to push two scoring opportunities in front of UNLV's goal. It is going to be Garen, however, that's putting up a little bit of a fight here in this game 3. Already got a demo, already got 2 saves on Northwood's shots. Garen's looking to be a standout player, and he's looking to not go down without a fight.
He's not in nitrous. I tell you, he was so close to getting the first goal right there for UNLV. I mean, I don't think he could have got any closer than that.
Yeah, we got to see what UNLV can push through. Maybe push through uh, any kind of Northwood aggression. And it is going to be Lion Blaze who passes this right off the crossbar, entering the 4th minute of Game 3. Buddy doing a really good job of passing this into Lion Blaze, and Tuv getting a really nice cross map clear for UNLV, relieves just a little bit of pressure on their defense. Nitrous feeding this from his own corner, pushes this right above the crossbar into the other corner to Tuv, but Tuv is going to get stuck on the wall and get bumped by Lion Blaze and Buddy. We haven't really talked about Buddy, how he's doing a really good job of supporting his team from the midfield and doing a really good job passing into both Lion Blaze and Hawk.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a complete team effort from all three of these guys, and the strategy just hasn't wavered. And as you said, that midfield strength from them has really propelled them to control the ball uh, kind of whenever they wanted to. I mean, it's right there for them at all times, and it leads to scoring opportunities like that.
Yeah, Hawk doing a really good job of getting this pass from Nitrous, a little bit of an error, gets the dribble off the top of his car and is able to feed this right past Garen and Tuv. Garen just couldn't get that tap on the ball like he wanted, and it is going to be Northwood who goes up 1-0 with 3 minutes left as we head into the second half of this 5-minute game. Now, Tyler, I want to go ahead and talk about Garen just a little bit more, right? He's the oldest member coming in from the days of quarantine when he got drafted onto UNLV. But do you think this has, like, during those days of quarantine, maybe during this first championship coming into CRL, because this is the first CRL championship since the days of quarantine, that he's had this time and this ability to get used to his teammates and their play styles yet?
I believe so. You would think they've played enough with each other over that time to kind of pick up on each other's tendencies. And I've seen some things that I've liked in this game that would lead me to believe that, they're forming some kind of chemistry. I just don't think is as strong as, the chemistry from Northwood and just the strategy that they're able to implement. It's just, as we've been saying, a step behind. It's just a little bit slower, but I do think that they are, a little bit of time away from potentially being able to compete um, for the championship, or at least make these matches more competitive. I think they're right there, and Garen is one of the most exciting and best players in this league, and I think if he can kind of form a bond with his teammates, that anything is really possible for this team.
You could not have said that any better. We got to see what Garen can pull through for his team, because if so, this is going to send them into the losers bracket. However, 1:30 left on the clock. Northwood looking to try and run away with this. Lion Blaze and Hawk doing a really good job of demoing UNLV and putting multiple members into the back of their spawn. And it is going to be 2 saves and 2 shots on goal within this last minute from both Lion Blaze and Buddy, both getting blocked by Garen and Tough. Lion Blaze coming from the top of the sky, tries to get the dunk on, but it is going to be contested by Garen. However, the little bit of ball bounce on the ground is going to put it right off the top of, or right off the side of the goal, and it is going to be Buddy who just comes in and slams it in and says, "I'm guaranteeing the 3-0."
Yeah, just too many attacking opportunities right there. I mean, the goalpost had 3 saves on that trip, but as I like to say, pressure burst pipes, and eventually it's gonna flood, and it's looking like it's flooding right now for Northwood.
Yeah, they are taking full advantage of the water that's leaking from UNLV and pushing yet another ball right into UNLV's backline. Lion Blaze coming from nowhere, man. I swear, he's teleporting around this map just like the TARDIS does in reality for Doctor Who.
Lion Blaze, because it truly believes like he's on fire. He's like a blaze of fire just scorching down this whole field. I mean, it's insane how fast they seem to be, how much boost they are able to use and gain in these possessions.
Yeah.
And, UNLV had no choice but to double commit right there. It did cost them, but you got to try, you got 20 seconds left in the game. You got to try and create as many opportunities as you can. Just didn't work out for them.
Yeah, Lion Blaze looking to go out in a blaze of glory with these last couple seconds, and it is going to be UNLV who actually gives up and pushes the ball right off of the side, and it will be Northwood who takes the series 3-0 against UNLV, and it will send UNLV back down into a loser's run. I will say, man, I have enjoyed my time with you. I've enjoyed my time with UNLV, and we'll have to follow what happens to Northwood. We'll see if they go into semis, clean up whoever they're going to be fighting up against, and see if they can make a really strong championship run.
Definitely, and a super exciting matchup coming up for them. It's going to be great to see what they can do. They obviously look good against UNLV. I think there are some things they can clean up and that they would want to clean up, but you can't really ask for much more in this matchup.
Yeah, experience breeds perfection. It could not be a better saying as we go ahead and end our time here at the desk. I've been Skyther. Tyler, any closing remarks for us? I believe that is Tyler's last remarks. He was in complete awe of the situation with Northwood and UNLV that he just had to step away. But that's going to be it from us. We hope you guys really enjoy the rest of the series. But stay tuned because there's more CRL broadcasts coming up.